Hey guys, this is Rob John Webb here for Waxadisc, and what I want to show you today is how to make a little laid-back funk track using just one of the plugins within Reason through Ableton. So the track itself is something I just come up with using the NNXT sampler, and it's got a mutron bass, a Rhodes, a funky guitar, and a melotron and a lead line. Just 5 elements that make up a funk track. The beat comes from a separate plugin within Reason, which I'll show you in a second. It comes from the Dr. Octarex loop player, and that sounds like this. So that's kind of a nice little groove that's already pre-programmed. So I've not programmed that in, but I just use that as a backing beat. So that's that. But the NXT sampler keyboard thing is the NNXT. It's got all of these different sounds in. There's tons and tons of brass bass, every kind of instrument you need in there. And I just thought I'd make one track just showing you how it's done. So first things first, then we've got the beat. So I'm going to play the beat now. And then I obviously needed to come up with some chords. So let's go for the chords and the Rhodes that's within the NXT. I'm going to refer to it as NXT, not NNXT, because it's just a tongue twister. So it's the early 80s Mark II Rhodes, and that sounds like this. It's a really nice sort of Rhodes. It's like, let's go down an octave and put the pedal on. So that's a really nice, quality Rhodes there. There's tons and tons of them in there. There's clavinets and there's loads of harpsichords and all sorts of Wurlitzers and stuff. You could spend hours looking at them, as you can see from the list there. But I just chose the early 80s one, and I put some chords in, which was basically F major 9 with a D root, E minor 7 natural, and then A7. And then so let's play that together with the beat, and that just sounds like this. And there's the chords if you want to take them. So that was the basis of the track, using the early 80s Rhodes. And then I did a stabby sort of chord with it as well. The same chord, the same notes, just simple stabs. Just to give the track a little bit of swing, a little bit of jiggery pokery. And then obviously on top of that, then we needed a bass. So I got back to the NXT, and in the bass sections here, you've got all of these different basses, fretless and finger bass and slap, etc. And it's got the Bootsy Collins mutron bass, which is Bootsy Collins' signature sound. And that goes like this. It's got all of the little twangs and all of that kind of stuff in there that you need to get that real sort of sound, It's really cool. And I just did a bass pattern that follows the root notes, like that, and then obviously put that on with the beat. Simple pattern, nothing heavy. Stick the Rhodes on. So that was that. Next up, obviously you want a piece of guitar in there, so let's get a bit of guitar. Now the guitar in this is what I used on my track Solarized some years ago, which came out last year as a reissue. And this guitar sound's called the Springy Mutes. And again, all these guitars in here, look, there's hundreds of them you can just choose from. And they're really quite good. And all I've done with this is I put a phaser on it as well, turn the frequency up a bit, and it gives it that kind of... Really cool sort of funky sort of guitar, and at the beginning it's got these different little licks like. So what I did was for the opening of the track with the Rhodes and the beat, I put on the twangs here like that sort of. And then in comes the guitar riff. plays out. Simple, very similar to the bass. Put the bass back on. And there you go. So that was kind of the build up of it. The guitar's got a little bit loud now because I put that EQ on, but just knock it down a touch. That's better. So then next up, obviously, you know, I wanted to give it that kind of 70s funk feel, and obviously I've used this before in a tutorial, and I've got the melotron sound up, which is the tape strings, and that comes from within the strings pack within the NXT. You've got the melotron here, stereotron, it's very similar, but the tape string one for some reason just rolls over better. I just played the chords again, and then it went through like that. And then, obviously, following on from that, you know, you can put all sorts of other things in there. You know, you could do, you know, you could put some woodwind in there and things like that. You know, to give it that kind of 70s jazz funk feel. Whatever it is, saxophone, anything, brass, all that kind of stuff. There is some brass in there which I've not really explored fully yet, to be honest. And then what I thought I would do would be do a lead line, and just put a lead line on there, and the lead line that I've used is the wire lead, and in there, again, all the lead lines are there. You've got some really cool lead lines in there. I was unsure which one to choose, so I just thought I'd go with one as simple as possible. And then it goes like this. So on. So that's just using one plugin within Ableton, within Reason, sorry. Obviously the beat's different, but the actual sounds, you know, you can just drum up a really cool funk track just by using one device. Now, obviously with Reason itself, you know, it's overwhelming the amount of stuff they've got in there, compared to, you know, like when you use your individual plugins, you know what you're going to do. When you get this, it's like just too much stuff. So it's good to just home in on one thing and just explore that one synth and try and get a track out of that. Now, Reason these days is a subscription. It's like $20 a month. It's nothing, I think, for what you get. And you can use it as a standalone as well if you want to learn how to produce tracks within this alone. And then you've got all your orchestras on top of that. You've got all the factory sounds in here. Drum loops, loads of sample loops, the rack extensions. There's tons and tons of stuff. Plugins like effect plugins. Hundreds of them, and then you can get all the packs as well. I've not downloaded them yet, but they constantly update as well within Reason. There's always loads of packs from famous producers and stuff that you can get for free once you subscribe. So it's worth getting. But as I say, I thought I'd do a track where we just use the NXT and just show you the possibilities of knocking up a funk track doing that. So that's it really. There you go. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've not already, and if you have any questions, leave a comment, the usual kind of thing. And don't forget to get in touch with me if you want one-to-one tuition, also at waxadisc.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, goodbye.